Welcome to Episode 3, The Gradient of Motion, How Motion Follows the Slope of Reality. Motion feels like one of the most complex behaviors in the universe, yet its foundation is surprisingly simple. Everything that moves particles, planets, light, even living organisms, does so for the same underlying reason. Reality contains slopes. Whenever the universe forms a gradient, information naturally slides downhill. This is the heart of layer 3 of the Carroll Wells Gradient. After geometry learns to bend in layer 1, and the universe begins to keep a record of those bends in layer 2, we finally arrive at the layer where those recorded shapes turn into action. The universe begins to flow. Layer 3 is where the cosmos transitions from silent structure to dynamic motion. Nothing is standing still anymore. Everything now responds to the landscape beneath it, following the terrain carved by curvature and memory. Section 1. Motion emerges from gradients. To understand Layer 3, imagine the universe as a landscape that is constantly shifting, bending, and rearranging itself. In Layer 1, this landscape acquires its basic shape, regions that sag and curve depending on the energy stored within them. In Layer 2, the universe begins to remember those shapes, creating a running ledger of what passed through, what interacted, and what left a trace. With these two layers established, Layer 3 introduces the concept of gradients. A gradient is simply a difference, a slope from one condition to another. It may be a difference in height, in energy, in temperature, or in the curvature of space-time itself. Whenever such a difference exists, the universe does what it always does. It chooses the easiest continuation. Motion doesn't need to be pushed or activated. It emerges automatically from the structure of reality. What we call movement is simply the universe taking the most effortless route forward. Section 2. Curvature creates the slopes reality follows. To visualize this idea, picture a heavy bowling ball resting on a soft trampoline. The fabric dips beneath the ball, forming a smooth depression. If you set a marble anywhere nearby, the marble begins to roll toward the heavier ball. There's no invisible force pulling it. The marble is simply following the gradient formed by the curved fabric. It is obeying the path of least resistance. This analogy mirrors how space-time actually works. Mass and energy distort the geometry around them. That distortion becomes a gradient, and motion arises from the gradient. Light curves around stars not because the star reaches out and tugs it, but because the geometry around the star is shaped like a funnel. Planets orbit suns for the same reason. They are not held in place by a rope called gravity. They are sliding along the curved paths created by space-time. In Layer 3 language, momentum is simply information responding to curvature. Section 3. The universality of gradients. One of the most elegant features of Layer 3 is that the same rule governs every type of motion across the universe. You can zoom all the way down to electrons inside atoms, or zoom out to galaxy clusters spanning millions of light years, and the principle is identical. Motion follows gradients. Electrons follow gradients in energy levels. Rivers follow gradients in elevation. Heat flows from hot regions to cold because it is following a thermal gradient. Chemical reactions proceed along gradients of probability. Even biological organisms, cells, plants, animals, humans, move along gradients of survival, opportunity, and information. This means a remarkable thing. Motion is never random. It is guided. It is shaped. It is the universe expressing its structure through movement. A bird migrating, a photon curving around a black hole, and a leaf drifting to the ground are all operating on the same rule. They are following the easiest path available to them in the landscape of reality. Section 4. Persistence and the easiest path. Layer 3 also reveals a key insight into persistence itself. Every structure that wants to remain stable must minimize how much energy it wastes. If it expends too much, it collapses in Layer 7. If it expends too little, it gets rearranged by its environment. The solution life, matter, and geometry all choose is the same. Follow the path that costs the least energy. This is why planets settle into orbit, not random trajectories. Why galaxies form spirals instead of chaotic swirls. Why heat spreads out and why particles drift from high energy states to low energy ones. Even consciousness at higher layers builds internal models that minimize cognitive cost. Persistence expresses itself through efficiency, and efficiency expresses itself through gradients. When we watch anything move, dust floating in sunlight, a comet streaking through space, or the expansion of the universe itself, we are watching persistence negotiate with the landscape that Layer 1 and Layer 2 created. Closing. Layer 3 is the moment the universe gains direction. Curvature sets the stage, memory records the shape, and gradients show the easiest way forward. Motion becomes the living signature of structure responding to structure. Everything moves because everything is trying to persist with the least cost. In the next episode, we'll explore how these gradients start forming the earliest recognizable structures, tiny imprints, pressure points, and shape seeds that eventually evolve into the cosmic architecture we see today. Layer 4 is where motion meets structure and the universe begins to sculpt itself.